Sorry. Just couldn't stay awake after hearing Leduc answer me. For 40 minutes he kept talking about Pat Patterson in Mexico writing scripts for midget wrestling or I don't know what. Leduc, if I would have known you were going to talk so long because I mentioned you for 20 seconds, I would have shut my mouth. And TOW, no, I'm not going to come on your radio station. 2 reasons. One, you told me I'd have to do it in French, and I love the French language. It's a beautiful language. But if I'm going to do a debate, I have to do it in English, and I apologize. I cannot come on your radio station for that reason. And the second reason why I wouldn't come to TOW radio station is because I will never encourage anything Sylvain Grenier is a part of. He's scum, and I will never support anything that he's part of anymore. Now, Leduc, to answer what you said that I'm frustrated. This lutteur est frustré, you were saying, and that can't be good for wrestling and in the locker room backstage. You know what? I care so much about professional wrestling that hell yeah, I'm frustrated at the state it is. Professional wrestling in Quebec is not dead yet as far as I'm concerned, but the magic of professional wrestling is dead. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. When you go to a magic show, stay with me for this, Chris Angel or David Copperfield, you watch a magic show, you watch the people in the crowd, and for those minutes or hours that they watch the magic show, they believe it. They believe they made that girl from the crowd disappear. They believe they made that person in the crowd levitated. Now imagine if Chris Angel did his incredible magic show, went home after on Facebook and started tagging himself in pictures after his magic show at the bar with that girl he made disappear. And then you follow the pictures back and then you realize, he's friends with her. Magic gone. And if every magician keeps doing that, the magic show is dead. That's what's wrong with professional wrestling, guys. I'm not just talking about the radio guys and the promoters that are giving away, people that are giving away that there's scripts and things happening backstage which leads to this happening during the wrestling match. I'm also talking about the wrestlers. We can't go in a feud and kill each other in the ring and then add the fans on our Facebook personal sites and show that the same people we're having feuds with are also our best friends that we're going to bars with and tagging each other online. It's stupid. Although people know that wrestling might be scripted or what have you, the general public has no business knowing 100% what's going on backstage or what's going on in the back. The magic's dead, guys, because we're killing it. Why is the general public going to be interested in us when we're spitting in their faces and telling them, suckers, this is our show, but this is also what's going on. We're revealing our secrets. The general public will never believe in wrestling because, guys, truth is, we lost the magic. And the reason we lost the magic is because LaPrad's right. He is right. The man is right. We're no longer professionals. We're doing it as hobbies. And I'm even a victim. I'm also a person who's not a victim, but encouraging this. And it's shameful. I also have a Facebook page, and I have fans that are on it. But you know what? We need to start acting professionals. We need people to set examples. And I don't know if I'm going to lead anybody. I don't want to lead anybody, but I'll set an example. I'm going to go on my Facebook account. And anybody who doesn't know my real last name and know what my sister's name is and my brother's last name is, isn't really a close friend. And look, I'm proud to have fans and people in the wrestling business that I respect and they respect me. But I'm sorry, for the sake of the sport, we need to start separating them from our personal lives. And we need to have people stop talking about scripts, Leduc. You should know better than that. Why are we giving away that there's a script writer and this happened backstage and he shot in his face and that's why he dropped to this guy? Shut up! Bring back the magic. I'm also going to say one other thing. I respect NCW. I'm part of NCW. But when that point comes, when I lose those Quebec tag team titles with James Stone, I'm going to stop wrestling like I did last time. The last time I stopped wrestling is because I wasn't happy with how things were going in the world of professional wrestling. And I'm still not happy with it. LaPrade was right about another thing. We need to have territorial wrestling. This individual wrestling basis is what's hindering wrestling from growing into a big thing, possibly. And I'm going to step out of professional wrestling and wait till an opportunity arises if anybody wants me, and other guys should do the same. Step back and encourage this territorial wrestling to come. The wrestlers need to get together and make wrestling bigger. That's just how I feel about it. Enough about the seriousness. Sylvain Grenier's an idiot. Let's talk about you, buddy. Alright, you're going TLW and you bash me. You say, oh, I spend time with Moro back at the locker room after training, extra hours. The only reason I would do that is to become a better wrestler, Grenier. You know what that is, right? Wrestling? You idiot. You say that on my CV it writes that I do professional wrestling as a hobby all the way at the end. And you say on your CV it says, professional wrestler, your occupation. Let's see what the difference is between these two guys, shall we? I remember in 2006, I tore my ACL and my LCL during a wrestling show. What happened? I didn't show it to any goddamn soul in that place that I was wrestling in. There was probably only like 50, 60 people in there. Why? Because I'm doing it as a hobby, I guess, in your eyes. Nobody knew. I finished the match, and then for 6 years after that, I never stopped wrestling on a weekly basis. What happened when the professional, Sylvain Grenier, got a little bicep injury because he couldn't get thrown over the top rope or whatever happened? He looked at his bicep, hurt himself, ran to the back like a little girl, collected his paycheck, and got out of there for the biggest show that NCW was doing that year. That's the difference between a professional and someone who does it for a hobby. Another difference, when I go to a show as a hobby, I go at least 2 hours earlier, especially if it's a new place I'm wrestling at. Shake every single person's hand over there, no matter who they are. Get comfortable with everybody and act friendly with everybody. What does a professional do? He shows up, he's in the main event, 15 minutes before his match, that barely even looks at the booker when he comes in there, doesn't acknowledge anybody, and the guy he's fighting barely talks to him, whatever, does his match, goes back, collects his paycheck, gets the hell out of there. You know what? To me, you have one guy who does it for the money and another guy who does it because he loves it. And you know what? If I had to pick between the two, if this guy really did it with love, man, I would pick him any day over the garbage who does it for the money. That's the difference between most professionals and guys who do it for the love. Maybe I don't want it to be a hobby, but if this guy loves it, and has a chance to make it an occupation one day, he'll blow you out of the water, you motherfucker. You question my sexuality. Buddy, pure straightness. And at the end of the day, not that it's any of your business, but I've had more chicks than you've stuck syringes in your ass.